What's up, Dirk?
Yeah. How's everybody doing? Hey, Trace, I understand you got a tiger by the tail here, and it's going to tell us a lot about history in our government and how things are looking in this country today.
Absolutely, Dirk. During the election cycle, there was a whole lot of hurling of insults and negativity, calling each other fascists and Nazis and communists. And so I thought it'd be interesting to take a look at who are the real Nazis. So to start that off, for those that may not know, the definition of a Nazi. Let's take a look at that real quick.
It's not just a German person, huh?
No. Look, the key thing to take away is someone who is similar to a Nazi in their domineering, dictatorial, or intolerant nature. We haven't seen too much of that lately, have we, Dirk?
No, I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Couldn't be our government, right? It doesn't apply.
No, not at all. So with that, let's move on and take a look at this little thing here. Right there, Nazis, radically right wing. Well, here we could substitute right and left wing, right? And walk on down, focus on winning elections. Both parties do that, don't they? Their success, the result of economic and political crisis. Well, both parties keep us that way, don't they, Dirk?
Yeah. Both parties are working towards the middle here, and yeah, they're certainly an economic chokehold on the United States.
Yeah, and this weaponized fascist government that is ramming things down our throat and taking away our liberty, leaving us in tyranny or putting tyranny in our lives.
Yeah.
Look at this one: unemployment, hunger, poverty, homelessness. They sound familiar, Dirk?
Yeah, that's Boy, I don't know when this article was written, but all these things fit.
So this is all fairly recently, brother. Okay. It was pulled from the Holocaust survivors website. They have an educational site there. So these bullet points were pulled directly from there. But the government failed to solve the problems caused by the Great Depression.
Have we fixed anything?
We're kind of there right now with all these government-created problems, right?
Right. That's my question to you. Not necessarily personally, but has this government fixed anything for the American people? What have we done?
No, it has not. Yeah. Or even if it does fix something, it breaks two other things, fixing something that it created to begin with.
Yeah, everybody's worried about their party.
Divided.
Yeah, their party, they want to look good. They want the other party to look bad. Well, not to interrupt the flow of what you got going on here, but to me, anytime you're talking bad about somebody to make yourself look better, means you can't make it on your own merits. So,
isn't that the truth?
Yes.
Truth? We need scapegoats, and you're going to see that a little later.
Yeah, pay attention.
Yeah, yes, you do. Testify, brother. Anyway, look, Germany politically divided, passing new laws, almost impossible. People lost their faith in their leaders' abilities to govern. We're right there. I mean, it's crazy. And we removed this from history. It was unpleasant to some. We stopped teaching it. So it's no surprise that we're there again. Look, using propaganda, playing on people's hopes, fears, and prejudice. Scapegoats, like you said, right?
Right.
And all this is the anti-Semitic racist ideology that both sides are pandering.
I'll tell you what. There's a
we'll
lot
let
of
this
good
roll a little
information in
further.
this. You look. Can you back up a minute there?
Absolutely, sir. Anything for you.
Oh boy.
Right there.
No, that's not back up. Yeah, right here.
That is.
That's not now.
There you go. That.
Medic. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
You took too long getting there, brother.
There. Stop.
Right there.
Right here where it says the Nazis played on people's hopes, fears, and prejudices. You couldn't speak truer words. Because these candidates, they try to instill hope in you. And that's what makes you want to vote for them. Fears, we are a fear-mongering society. I mean, we just love fear-mongering. And they had everybody convinced if Trump gets in, he's going to become like Putin. He's going to be a dictator. He's never going to leave office. And, you know, the insanity that people put out, they don't realize how much it affects people out here because they're not connected to us anymore. They're so
No,
disconnected. And prejudices.
Yeah.
I mean, we're real quick to tell somebody, you know, you know what's the word there?
I got
Racist.
nothing.
You're
Where are you
racist.
going?
You're
Racist.
bigot.
There you go.
You're misogynist. You're this. You're that. Holy Lord. I mean, so, yeah, okay. All right. Well, you can, yeah, move on.
But no, you're exactly right. You know,
I know.
And here we are.
saying
They
that.
refuse to work with each other. You know, the existing laws are circumvented, and you know, they end up going after our constitutional rights because that's their answer.
Yeah,
to
we're
taking more
used as
power.
pawns in their fight.
Yeah. You know, and we've done a piece on education and where we go. And so you look at how the Nazis controlled education and got the young people to swing over to their side, you know, or influence their belief system with the propaganda through education. You know, you look at this and track this to the union teachers and all the, you know, who struck John, they're instituting into our system.
Right.
And, you know, it's just insane. Again, that look at how close we're mirroring these graphs in today's life. You know, they're shaping our young people's mind in a socialist way. Taking history out, taking away things that mean something so that these young people don't understand love of country and their government and how it's supposed to work, so that only the party is the leader. Only the party is what you worship, not the democracy that you're living in, right?
Right. Yeah, they you know, they try to remove most of history. And there's a reason they do that. It's because we start playing to that again. And when people don't know what has happened, nobody's watching what's coming. You know, and I've said before, you know, about the teachers and all this stuff going on, and here it is right here. And the power that we're putting into schools and
But you know, you look at this, and it's tracking right where we are. You know, censors are removing books. we have book burnings. The book burnings and the removing the books is kind of a Republican thing.
Right.
You know, teaching them to, the racism and anti-Semitism. Those belong to the other side, and again, we're just being manipulated. To the power of the party. Here we go with all the beliefs, that all this trans stuff. Trying to unite the young people under this other false illusion of protected status, and putting you in this special little class. It just, yeah, and that right there, you're the flavor of the week, flavor of the month. Until you're not.
This whole trans thing has to be stopped, and I'll tell you, this picture is scary. If these two clowns would have gotten into office, I seriously would have considered moving out of this country, because if Trump doesn't do what he said he's going to do, we're in trouble. And this path that we're walking down in this video is a scary path, and we're emulating it. We're right there. This is our country, and how things are going in our society.
Yeah, our young people are being programmed into this, kumbaya, bunch of bull crap that's not in their best interest. It's in the party's best interest. Get them young, control their minds, and we'll control their vote from here on out.
If we can't control your vote, we'll bring in 20 million people that try to get their vote. That didn't work, did it?
Absolutely.
There is a robot in this formation that does not belong. Identify it.
One of us. One of us. One of us. One of us.
But that's where we're at right now, unfortunately. We've got to teach our young people better. We've got to put history and pride and goodness back into our education system, into our society. We like you said, if Trump doesn't do these things, we have to unify this country. We have to figure out how to talk to the people that don't want to talk to us. Deprogram them, so to speak. At the risk of using a kind of obnoxious sounding term, but I don't know any other way to describe it.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you
look
what.
At this next one.
This plays real heavily. I'll tell you what. You did a lot of nice digging there. You some good research. And bringing up these facts that relate to today. When you're comparing these two. But this ties in real heavily with the series we're working on, right? I mean.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's imperative that people know what's going on.
Oh, absolutely. Control. It's total control. That's all this is. You just look at this. Control of the newspapers, magazine, books, art, theater. Well, I kind of, that's kind of been the way things have gone the last 4 years. If you really wanted to find the truth, you had to dig. And you mentioned this earlier. We're in this, wash, rinse, spin cycle of negativity and hatred and division, because it's the business model. They need us hating each other to keep clicking, keep subscribing, keep liking, so that the advertisement dollars keep flowing to the big tech companies.
Well,
right? Just follow the money.
We just showed a couple videos ago, CNN, and I'm sure if you dig around enough and you want to spend hours looking, CNN advertised there was a problem, and then months later called called Trump a liar for saying there's a problem. Well, you know, they can't even get their story straight. And the problem is the message that's going out to the people. And how do you make people more aware when they're insistent that they know what's right?
Yeah.
So, and that's our effort here.
Well, like I said, yeah, you look at the censorship. I mean, both sides are guilty of censorship. Look at this: controlling what appeared in the newspapers and radio and newsreels. Well, that's a Democratic one. Banning and burning books. Well, that's a Republican one. Again, they're both the parties are running rampant over our civil rights and our freedoms.
Nothing scares this government as much as people thinking for themselves.
Yes, and knowing the truth or questioning the stupidity.
Everybody has a right to be stupid. Just some people abuse it.
Yeah. Boy, ain't that the truth.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, you look at these graphics and it's scary. I mean, again, we're right here. We're right here with what news we see, what information we get from the outside. They're worried about what people see. They can't have you knowing the truth. They've got to have you knowing the manufactured lie to keep the machine rolling. Party politics.
Yeah.
Like I like to say, we ought to put these son of a bitches in NASCAR suits with patches on who sponsors them, because then you really know who you're voting for. But
yeah,
I digress.
I agree with the get rid of party politics. Let's vote for a party.
This sound is official.
What do you got here?
Oh, this is just a little video of the whole Nazi thing that they tried to spin up the day before the
This
election.
on his official account? Wow. A unified Reich? That's Hitler's language. That's not America's. He cares about holding on to power. I care about you.
Oh, please.
President Biden hammering former President Trump for amplifying language evoking Adolf Hitler's rule in a since-deleted video that he shared referencing the creation of a unified Reich. Biden telling donors at a fundraiser on Tuesday, quote, "That's not the language of American presidents. We've got some lame excuses that a staffer did it. We already know that Trump personally controls his social media account because he brags so much about control. It's not the first time Trump has gone down this road."
Unbelievable, huh?
Those two should be locked up in prison, this Biden and Harris. They should be in prison for, one, how stupid they are, and two, how they've treated everybody in this country. I mean, they've just, I don't think people realize the damage that they have done. And the fact that anybody, or as many people that voted for her that did, shows people are not aware. And I'm not saying Trump's a perfect candidate. What I'm saying is he is a lot better than that. And we're going to show you on our series how that's true. There's going to be some evidence.
He cares about America.
Right. I mean, whether you like the guy or not, hell, I've known Trace for 30 years. I don't like him, but I still talk to him, and I know he doesn't like me. So, there's a lot going on, and I'd like people to see everything we can show them. So this has been an interesting show. I'll tell you what an eye opener, Trace.
Yeah, well, and I guess the obvious, they want the obvious to escape us, that they're calling Trump the Nazi, yet, and that's not American language, and yet they're the ones that were filling the news waves with that language. They're the ones that are pushing that agenda. I mean, here, let's look at the next little blurb. how they push the racial agenda.
Right.
That they need us divided. They need racism. They need racist behaviors. They need those definitions to play into the hatred, that hatred that we talk of. But again, this I have to laugh. Of course, it's Rolling Stone. They're not really credible. The Guardian, is he a fascist? And does it comparing him to Mussolini and Hitler? Here's NBC. He's a Nazi. That anything exists, he's not. Here's the Washington Post, just spewing that Nazi rhetoric. And yet Joe's like, that's un-American. So, anyhow.
Those two are un-American. They should be put in a boat made of sponge and set out to sea. Honest to goodness.
Can we shoot some flaming arrows while they're on their way out?
Yeah, I think they're both too stupid.
Can we give them a funeral pyre? Yeah.
And the fact that they did what they did, he's running for president. All of a sudden, at that magic moment in time, he pulls out and she steps right in. That's not how our system works.
No.
It's just not. And she has the nutsack to stand there and go, well, anybody who does that, shouldn't be able to be president. And, all that nonsense that they spew. Yeah, what does she want us to do? Win the election for her? Just reach in and grab him? They tried. They beat that guy to death. Yep. And I'll tell you what, if you want to vote for resiliency, he's got it hands down. You shoot at the guy, you hit him, regardless of where it's at. You hit him, then they're shooting at him again. They've beaten him up in the courts.
Convicted him of 34 crimes, some of which are felonies. It just never ended.
They did everything they could, and you know why? Fear. They're scared.
Yeah.
They're scared of this man. So.
Because he's not one of the party's true party members.
One of us. One of us. One of us. One of us.
Oh yeah,
the Republican Party got stuck with him.
Yeah, you got to be on the tip.
No, if you go back years, Trump used to be a registered Democrat, right? He switched parties. But again, he's not one of the party elites. He was thrust on the Republican Party. But what both sides, when you look at it, McConnell didn't do him any favors. The guy down in South Carolina, what the hell's his name?
I can't think of it either.
He didn't do him any favors through the years. His generals, nobody did him any favors. They all tried to throw him under the bus. Just as an independent, the man wasn't treated fairly. Both sides, though, just through this, again, America, party politics. We got to break it. We have to break it. They have to report to us, not the party.
Yeah,
that's all I got, brother.
The next thing we got to do, one, is end this video, and two, let's get our public figures out of politics. I don't care what some actor thinks. I don't care what some sports player thinks. This isn't a commercial. This is life. You're not trying to sell me, underwear or deodorant. Stay out of it. Nobody cares what you think. A bunch of pompous assholes.
But that's a good point. Yeah. That you bring up a good point, and maybe we should cover that on tonight's live show.
Yeah, we're going to.
This is Wednesday.
You damn right.
Let's start that list of Hollywood assholes that are leaving the country, so we can help them pack their bags. Bye-bye.
Okay. See you later.
Anyhow,
thanks for joining us.
Let's stick this with a pin.
Yeah, we're popping this balloon.
Yeah. Take care, America.
Trace,
we'll see you soon.
That was
See you,
good
Turtle.
content, brother. See you.
You're welcome. See you. Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching. Hit us up. Let us know what you think or what you know. There's plenty more good stuff to come. Click like, subscribe, and become part of the A.S.SholesOpinion. That's all, folks.